Another web non-combat blockbuster hit shockingly. Once it was released, it got 8.5 high fire. Not to be missed if you like war movies. The mercenary Feng Fang received a secret mission. Go to rescue a woman trapped in a local army camp. It is said that he has a local evidence of warlords killing civilians. Without further ado, that night, Feng Fang led his team to lurk near the barracks. However, they found that their guide had been killed. Things didn't start off well. But there is no turning back when the bow is opened. Happens to be here, Feng finds a local girl in the woods. After negotiating with the girl, the other party agreed to lead them the way. LED by girls. The team quickly found the entrance to the barracks. The squad broke through in 2 ways. They are all battle-hardened. Phineas H the enemy in a short time, and found the target Avery. Feng got the chip from Avery. Suddenly there was a noise and screams outside. Venom knows that this place is not suitable for long. Hurry up and evacuate with Ali. But before leaving the barracks, I saw many local people rushing up like crazy. They're unarmed and just flicking. Facing the sudden situation, the team members had to shoot one after another in order to protect themselves. After solving the problem, the civilian team split into 2 ways to evacuate again. On the way, Feng Fang and Ali accidentally found a strange machine, and there are heavy guards around the machine. Seeing this, Ellie raised her gun and wanted to fire. Fortunately, the fangs, eyes, and hands quickly stopped the action. At this time, Ellie said that the fangs would kill the companions like this. Feng Fang still doesn't understand Ellie's meaning. I heard a harsh sound coming from the machine. Then he quickly contacted his companions. But the radio was lost. Helpless Feng Fang could only return to the barracks. After arriving at the barracks with his companions, the fangs looked to a companion standing motionless in front of the campfire. Feng patted his companion on the shoulder. I didn't expect the other party to turn around. Attacked with red eyes. After a fight between the two, Poison Feng fires his gun to signal his companions to stop. But the partner acted like he didn't hear. Throw the fangs to the ground. At the same time, he severely strangled Feng Fang's neck. Feng finally had to can only use a dagger to solve the companion. At the same time, another companion also lost his mind. Walked towards the machine. Finally, the guarded soldiers beat him into a sieve. It's all so weird what's happening. Feng Fang quickly called the plane rescue. But when they left, Ellie suddenly said that she still has tasks to complete. Feng got the chip and completed the task. I don't care about love anymore. Feng and one remaining teammate board the plane. Unexpectedly, at this time several cars chased and attacked them. Inertia finally took off successfully. But as soon as they got off the plane, they were surrounded by a group of FBI. Trial. Not long after, Feng Fang's immediate boss received a message to rush. Say frankly that the FBI is interrogating war heroes. Only then was Feng Fang and others rescued. Afterwards, Feng Fang learned from the mouth of his boss. It turns out that the machine is called the Soul Reaper. Originally a science professor in order to cure cancer. Manufactured by disease. Didn't realize it could make people lose their minds. This is a machine that can take away human souls. Just emit sound waves. Humans will become monsters who can only fight. Even worse, he fell into the hands of local warlords. The Tooth Squad is in danger. After gathering a few new team members, we decided to take back the Soul Machine. The group soon arrived near the warlord's base. They first took out a few patrolling enemies. Then the snipers took the commanding heights and set up gun support. Not long after, Feng spotted a truck heading towards the base. Quickly get rid of the 2 drivers. Coincidentally, Feng found Ali captured in the car. Ali wasn't happy about her rescue. It turned out that he was arrested on purpose. The reason is that the professor who made the Soul Reaper was his father. And now his father is locked up in the base. Then they were dragged and pretended to be drivers, successfully sneaked into the base with Ali. At this time, the professor is being forced by the general to adjust the equipment. But the professor is very reluctant. He believes that his invention should be used to save lives, rather than harm. That's when Ali was brought in. The general uses Ali as a threat. The professor had to start debugging. Not long after, African buyers came to the base. The general put some civilians in cages. Turned on the Luhan machine to them to show the effect. Buyers think it's their play. Until a researcher was sent into a cage, bite to death. Buyer's satisfied expression. Afterwards the general helped the buyer set up the fire. Feng Fang took this opportunity to find the professor. Their mission this time is to shoot the professor. To prevent the recurrence of such weapons. Professor, facing death, has no fear, only willing to ask Feng Fang to save his daughter. I learned that the professor was also forced to be helpless. Feng finally decides to rescue the professor. At the same time, Feng's companions have freed the prisoners in the base and gave them guns. At the same time, pre-installed bomb was detonated. The scene in the base is getting more and more chaotic. The more likely they are to escape. At this time, the loading of the Soul Reaper is about to end. Unexpectedly, the general suddenly turned on the soul robbing machine and pointed it at the buyers. Then one shot the buyer's assistant. Walk away with money and machines. A moment later, everyone loses their minds and attacks. Venom solves the presence. Go after the general on a motorcycle. Soon the fangs were after the general, causing the general's vehicle to explode and die. After, Fang returned to camp with the machine and completed the mission. Did not expect. It turns out that Fang's boss also took a fancy to the Soul Reaper. Want to own the machine? At this time, Poison Crow thought he had completed the task perfectly, but he didn't expect that he was sent to Tuanchun by his boss's subordinates. The FBI arrived at the critical moment of the siege. A firefight with the boss's men. Chu's squad joins the fray too. Unfortunately, the female sniper was shot in the process. The few remaining people managed to escape to safety. Unexpectedly, the pursuers soon rushed over. Player. Jack, in order to give Fang a chance to escape. Fight alone. When Fangs awoke from a coma. Find yourself in hospital. He only found out later through the FBI. It turns out that the boss intends to run for the next president. And he wants the Reaper. Just to use machines to kill your competitors. Crazy boss. Even students who oppose themselves will not let go. Just use the Reaper to make them lose their minds. Think of my companion. Grieving Fang decides to cooperate with FBI. Searched by FBI. They soon discovered the boss hidden. The location of the hidden Soul Reaper. Fangs hid in the chassis of the truck that night. Successfully mixed in. Venom Fangs shot neatly. Quickly killed several guards and found the professor. Fang quickly planted the bomb and planned to take the professor away. Unexpectedly, one of his men came after him. This minion wrestled with Fang for multiple rounds. Still no winner. Unfortunately, the professor was shot while trying to escape. At this moment, all the subordinates also found that something was wrong. Position 2 towards the Fangs. The professor knew he was dying. So in order to create opportunities for the Fangs, strapped with bombs, choose and follow. All of his men perish. On the other side, Fang finally found a chance to deal with his subordinates. Exhausted, Fang wants to blow up the machine. At this time, the figure of the boss appeared on the surveillance. Boss says he was last in election. But that's okay. His competitors have all been eliminated, but he didn't expect. Everything he said was said.